wanna swim.
Welcome, thank you for downloading episode 156.5 of Suplex City Limits for Monday, April 9th. This is going to be a little special episode of the show.
That was hard to get out, wasn't it?
I have no notes. We're freestyling it today, baby. We'll call it in the ring. That's what we're doing.
Exactly.
But yeah, as always, I'm your boy Jay Vish. It's Tyler Fudge.
Here again.
Yep. Here again. We're going to do a special episode just to talk about the weekend that was.
Yeah, the exciting weekend of WrestleMania weekend.
Yeah, definitely. So you can listen to the show anywhere fine podcasts are found. Follow me on Twitter at Suplex City Limit. Follow Tyler at The Federation. Buy our t-shirts at Pro Wrestling Tees or donate on Patreon. Get yourself a shout out on the show, the regular episodes. So let's get into this shit. We can go back and let's pick up where we left off on Friday night when I was drunk on champagne. Going through the wrong microphone.
I ain't drunk.
Going through the wrong microphone of my fucking computer.
Lovely.
Fuck me.
This is,
So let's pick up where we left off there.
Yes. Which I'm assuming that would be NXT. is that what we're alluding to, or ROH?
No, I'm going to talk about Friday night.
Oh, Friday night. Oh, yes. Duh. Okay, let's talk about Friday night, Jim.
Yes, Friday night was the Hall of Fame. I've watched a little bit. I thought it was really boring. I just didn't care.
I'm not a Hall of Fame guy. It's not one of those things I've ever really watched with regularity, and I might go and watch like JJ's thing. I like that kid.
What is his thing? Oh, I didn't really watch that either. Somebody was like on WrestleMania, they're like, "Oh, JJ got a bigger pop than Goldberg." I'm like, that's because he got like 10 times the charisma of Bill Goldberg. Are you fucking kidding me?
He did.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know if he was dancing or having a seizure, or if that's just how he is.
No, that's he's one of the, because like I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he's like 16 years old.
Yeah,
but, like, he's had this, battle with whatever, and he's still really tiny because he didn't grow. But,
yeah.
So, and you can see he's kind of got the humor of a 16-year-old, but the body of a kid. And man, is it fantastic to watch!
He reminds me of that kid from Role Models, that little black kid from Role Model.
Yes,
I feel like he's funny as fuck in that movie. That little kid,
Ronnie. Hey, Ronnie,
Yeah.
you know what this song's about? What? This song's about dicks. This song's about fucking.
Awesome. So Friday night, Hall of Fame. Don't really care much about it. I watched some of it. It was over 4 hours long. Did you see Bill Goldberg give his speech to an empty room?
Yes, I did.
Everyone bailed, and people
they all had a media call.
Is that the deal in the morning?
At 5 a.m.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'd leave too. Fuck you, Bill Goldberg.
The show's too long. It was over 4 hours long of just bullshit. There needs to be 5 minutes for the presenter, 10 minutes for the person accepting, and let's move on. Because, like, Hillbilly Jim talked forever. He's like, I don't want to take up a bunch of time up here, but let me talk for a half hour very dramatically. You're like, oh, my fuck, dude. Jim. Like, he literally should have been like, thanks. I'd like to thank everybody. I don't really belong in this Hall of Fame, so I'm going to take this ring, and it's going to help me get more fucking money at signings. And
yeah, no, it's it's Hillbilly Jim. What did he ever do? Right? What have you done for me lately?
I like Hillbilly Jim.
I do too, especially since what was it called? Legends House.
Yeah, Legends House. Yeah. I fell in love with a lot of the guys on fucking Legends House.
Yeah. Mean Gene.
I never knew how much I loved Mean Gene or Jimmy Hart and fucking like all those guys, really.
Yeah. They're all characters in their own, even Tony Atlas.
Let me jack off into your shoes, pretty lady. Yeah, baby.
Oh, man. And him telling the story about the Bellas is amazing.
That's who inducted Hillbilly Jim, was Jimmy Hart, baby.
Hey, baby.
I love him, too.
I do, too.
But Friday after we wrapped the show, I went and showered to try to fucking sober up because I was pissed drunk at 10 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night. So after that, I tuned in live on Twitch to Impact versus Lucha Underground, and wouldn't you know it, the Steiner and fucking Teddy Hart match was just starting.
Steiner wearing an NWO Wolfpack t-shirt. Never in Wolfpack ever in his career. Ever.
Well, that's kind of deepened, right? Everyone was like, he never was, but then some pictures did surface. And I guess when the NWO split, some of the guys kept wearing, I don't know, it's weird. Some of the NWO Hogan guys wore the red ones. It doesn't fucking matter. It was stupid.
So fucking weird. But yeah, it's still, I didn't get to see that match because I tuned in live. When I tuned in, it was past this, like it was just ending the Steiner match, and I was like, well, I want this. This is why I'm watching the show, is to see this match. Yeah. So I went and tried to play it from beginning, and there's no actual fast forward button. It goes and it makes 1 second, 2 seconds. Like it could make it a little bit faster, but it's not a fast forward button. It's just a search. And so, I said, fuck this.
It was available in all of the usual online places by Saturday morning. But.
Yeah, by Saturday morning, though, a lot more things were on my radar. You know what I mean? There's so much more going on.
Yeah, so in this match, I mean, really, like, Steiner is gassed. It's like he doesn't know where to stand. He's on the side, and then he's like back to the hard cam, and then he's almost on the other side of the fucking thing, you know, like he's just all around the ring, and it's like he tagged himself in and Teddy Hart just ignored it. I haven't really heard anyone review or talk about the show, so I don't know, but that's what I took it as. Where Hart just like, nope, not coming out. But Hart looked good. You know, he was trying to do shit.
I seen Hart on WrestleCon, and he looked good there too, so.
Yeah, Jeff and Matt Christ were fucking selling for Steiner like crazy. But Steiner tapped Jeff Christ with Steiner recliner.
Jesus.
So disrespectful to those guys.
I know. At least like give OVE the win, or let Teddy Hart.
I was thinking about me calling them Matt and Jeff Christ.
Oh, I never even noticed. I just assumed that was their name.
No, their name is like Dave, and I don't know what their names are,
Dave,
but one
Jake.
is Matt and one is Jeff. It's very obvious which is which.
Yes.
I don't know which one Dave is or which one whatever you said.
Jake, so, I think Jake. I don't know.
I just know him as Matt and Jeff. After that, we had Desmond Xavier, DJ Z, Andrew Everett had a match against King Cuerno, Aerostar, and Drago. It was just cool, man. It was cool to see. I really enjoyed this whole show. I thought it was awesome. Impact versus Lucha is a cool idea. All of the matches were pretty cool. This match was cool. Fucking Aerostar comes out with like, oh, he has a torch. That's cool. No, he doesn't. He just has an aerosol can and a lighter. He's just blowing a fucking aerosol torch into the air.
Jesus
like, that's
Christ.
Not safe.
Oh, man. There was not one fire marshal there? Not really? Really?
I guess not.
Are we south enough where shit just don't matter?
So it's Louisiana, man. Like fucking aerosol can torches is just par for the course down there.
You're lucky if a gator doesn't serve you your fucking drinks.
Exactly. Aerostar has a cool, like all these guys had their updated shit from I imagine from this season of Lucha Underground. So Drago has a badass looking new fucking getup.
Really?
And Aerostar, his shit's illuminated around his mask. Like he's got LEDs in his fucking mask.
I seen that.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
It does.
Cuerno was wearing shorts, which is weird, but I'm used to King Cuerno in pants.
Like you mean baggy shorts or tighty whiteys?
Oh, like tighties, like he wears when he's Phantasma.
Fair enough.
He wasn't wearing Phantasma ones, but
did he at least have his hair tucked in?
I don't recall.
Man, if he fucking don't tuck in that hair, man, he'd go fuck himself. I don't like that. I think that just looks so fucking, pardon my language, but queer. That's queer.
Yeah, when your hair sticks out of your mask.
Yeah.
Yeah. It takes away the mystique. There's like the mystique to a masked guy is like, I don't know, something about the hair. I'm with you.
Yeah, if you take the mask off, I need to not. I can look at a sea of 100 people. No, it's not you. Automatically with King Cuerno. Okay, which one of you motherfuckers got long, luscious black hair? No, one of you. Oh, you're King Cuerno. You know, like,
luscious hair.
It's fucking. Do you see the body on that stuff? God damn! Like Pantene Pro V that guy uses for sure. I mean, that stuff got to cost a lot in Mexico. It's too expensive for me.
And he was working Cuerno here, so that was cool. You know, he was working the Cuerno style.
Yeah.
Which, how long has it been since we've seen that? You know.
Oh man, well we got
season
little glimpses
2
of
Lucha?
it. No, he returned in this season. Remember?
Oh, that's right. Right at the end, though.
Yeah, exactly. So we got a little glimpse of it then, but it, you know, it was so great when we seen him, and he was gone again. So.
What did he do? What is his move? The Thrill of the Hunt?
I think so. Yeah, the Thrill of the Hunt. I think so. The lung blower.
Arrow?
You mean? The lung blower? You mean?
I don't know where he pulls the arrow up out of his the quill and fucking shoots it
and does that tope suicida. I think that's I think the Thrill of the Hunt is a lung blower type move. I think the arrow move is just some kind of arrow move. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I got you.
Tope suicida, mamma mia. But no less. He tapped Andrew Everett for the win. Tons of high spots. Really fun fucking match. Worth checking out. Trevor Lee was supposed to take on Famous B. Famous B brought out a client. It was Marty the Moth, who fucking dove from the ring and landed almost. That's why I thought he broke his neck. He landed directly on his fucking head on the outside from a dive. Luckily, he was okay.
Good. Thank God.
That was a pretty good match. LAX took on Killshot and the Mac, which was they billed as an Impact Championship match, a tag match. So obviously they weren't going to win them, but it was still cool.
Elliot, all good workers.
Yeah, once it got to more Impact shit, it was like, Eli Drake and Cage, which they're both in Impact. Edwards took on Jeremiah Crane in an I Quit match, which actually was really fucking good.
I imagine.
And I was like, how are they going to explain Jeremiah Crane versus Sami Callihan? And they were like, they likened it to the Faces of Foley. And I was like, well done.
Fair enough. I would have went more of a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde route, but this is Sami Zayn when he does acid, right?
When it got to Impact versus Lucha matches, it was Matt Stryker and Josh Matthews.
Yep.
Yeah. And
I've seen little bits of it.
People talk about Stryker. They're like, oh, he's, whatever. They talk shit on him, and it's like, next to Josh Matthews made him look like Gordon Soley. It was...
Yeah. And I believe they used to call back in the day for SmackDown.
Yeah, I guess they did call something back in the day. But, and the main event was supposed to be a tag match, but Del Rio did not show up. Patron, if you will.
And now he's fired.
Yeah, he's fucking fired. You're fucking fired, Bob. Dude, so it ended up being Aries taking on Pentagon Dark and Phoenix in a 3-way. And that's what they've changed their pay-per-view to.
Yes, and that is fantastic, I think.
Well, it's better, but I mean, you also run into the issue of like, all their shit's in the can already. And it all involves building for that other angle. What are you going to do with that?
Nothing. they're going to keep it. They will. And then they'll be like, the week before that pay-per-view, they'll be like, so Alberto Del Rio is fired. The main event is now this. 2 guys you've never seen on our television show before. Please buy the show. It's their first pay-per-view in months.
And we just saw the match. We just saw it here for free. So... Saturday, we had NXT TakeOver and Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor going head-to-head, as well as a variety of other wrestling shows. But let's talk about TakeOver, man.
Yeah, a cornucopia of fucking shows, actually, on Saturday. But TakeOver was, in my opinion, man, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I had 2 people over here that have never watched wrestling. And they were thoroughly enthused by it, and it was very enjoying. Like I enjoyed just being there, knowing that they're really liking it, and I was really liking it, and being like, yeah, cool, this is really dope.
Did you catch any of this Pat McAfee guy on the pre-show?
No, I was too busy getting stoned and doing things that normal people do.
Well, I did. So that's a little me. They only had a half-hour-long pre-show.
Oh, okay.
I got about the last 10 minutes.
Fair enough.
But he's fucking great. He's cutting jokes and shit. Like, really enjoyed it. And he probably won't be back because he was saying things. Well, he was saying things that they probably wouldn't agree with, So
fair.
It was good shit. But what do you think of that band who opened up the show?
Cane Hill.
Yeah.
We actually had a good discussion about Cane Hill that night. I think they sound like every 90s band, alt the what do you call it, grunge, post-grunge, every post-grunge band ever made. And there's nothing special live.
Yeah, they just sounded like a million other bands to me. I don't know what the 90s grunge thing, but yeah, I mean, they sound just like a million other bands that want to be Killswitch Engage, maybe. I don't know.
Which that's another band that I hate, Killswitch Engage. Oh my god.
I love Killswitch Engage.
Oh really? Fair enough, man. Feel bad for it. No, I'm thinking of Avenged Sevenfold. I don't even know what Killswitch Engage is. Not gonna lie.
CM Punk came out to one of their songs for a long time.
Oh, that's okay. Fair enough. Yeah, I can get into those. Guys.
They're from New Orleans, which is cool. But one of my buddies messaged me, was like, "This should have been Crowbar or Down." I'm like, "Fuck, all these are like," because there's so many cool metal bands from New Orleans. But whatever, we got these guys.
How many metal bands from New Orleans are coming out with an album? So you know what I mean?
Well, who's got a record company who's going to pay money to get them on there and
exactly
whatever the fuck, yeah. I mean, it was whatever. I liked it still. I liked the idea of starting with the video package and a live band. The sound was not great.
It sounded horrible, didn't it? It really
hard,
sounded
man.
bad.
I mean, I've played a fuckload of rock shows in my day, and like, it sucks. That's how sometimes that shit happens.
Yeah.
You're trying to play somewhere and it's weird and it's not set up for it, and you're like, these are the monitors we have? Okay, like who knows?
Yeah. No, I get it for sure. And it's you're playing in front of a group of people that don't really want to see you play.
Yeah.
So.
I still like it though. I still like that NXT music is metal. I feel like that fits with wrestling. That WrestleMania song this year, that didn't fit with wrestling. These pop songs that they have. The Green Light song from last year, 2 years ago, whatever the fuck it was.
Fuck, I try to suppress these things.
Yeah, right. Exactly. But yeah, the North American Championship 6-way. I thought it was great that the first thing you see is just the first thing out of the curtain. Back knee. Just the most steroided out fucking back ever. EC3 out of the curtain.
Man, so this is what I'll tell, because most of this show, I can tell you what the casual viewer would think of all this.
Yeah.
EC3, the people that didn't watch wrestling were their favorite one. Because of his face and how animated he is throughout the match. Like, my buddy would pop every time EC3 sold something because he just had a dazed look where he didn't know where he was. And he loved it. He thought it was amazing. And Ricochet. They thought Ricochet's flips just completely blew him away.
Yeah, that's good you have that perspective too, right?
Yeah.
I thought EC3 was awful in this match. He did a bunch of different things that I was like, ugh. Like, I don't know, I just didn't like his work in this at all. I thought he didn't live up to it, and Ricochet absolutely lived up to it, Yeah. He took advantage of that. I don't think EC3 took proper advantage of this.
I think EC3 was only there to, debut him, show you so you get familiar with who he is on a big stage, gets good pop, and B, he was really there just to take stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He wasn't going to be the winner, and they didn't want him to get fucking just completely killed, but just take a few key things, give a few key things. That's just no time to shine. But yeah, he did fuck up a few things too. I
liked him. I mean, I've never been a fan of the guy. I'm not gonna be a fan of the guy. So
yeah, I get it. I like his character. I don't like his in-ring work, but I like his character.
Yeah. How about that first thing Ricochet does, shooting star press to the outside off
man.
the post, man. I popped so fucking hard.
I did too. And you know, that's the best thing he could have done, because if anybody doesn't know who Ricochet is and they're coming in and going to see Ricochet for the first time, you're being told this guy does flips here, flips there, flips across the world, across this bridge. You know, like, that's the first thing you want to see him do, is do something outlandish, just to be like, yeah, no, that's what he can do.
That's crazy. And then also, I don't know if that's more or less impressive than when he did a moonsault off of a ladder that was in the process of tipping over. Unfucking believable, that guy.
Perfection. That was absolute perfection.
But we've known that for fucking years, right? For years, we were like, this guy is he is probably the most talented as far as like flipping shit of all time, man. He does some crazy shit.
Yeah, I would go so far as to say he's probably the best high flyer of all time.
Yeah, I like the purple Rainmaker off the top of the ladder. It's pretty fucking sweet.
And it fucking, again, a picture perfect, elbow drop. It was great.
They did a lot of crazy spots. Freak accident through a ladder and shit. Like,
oh, I know. And then Killian Dane did the fucking Michinoku driver through the fucking ladder, just crushing Ricochet's innards. Absolutely insane.
But that's it. You know, when I'm watching it, you know, and I watch as much wrestling as we do, if you can pop guys like us, I mean, then you're fucking doing a good job. You're
doing what the hardcores, and that's what NXT is. You need to have those hardcore service matches in NXT because most of your audience.
Yeah. Did you catch that the crowd was, every time Sullivan was going near it, the crowd was pissed.
They were not having any of it. And how did you react when Ricochet jumped on Sullivan's back and the ladder collapsed?
Oh, I loved it, man. That's so crazy.
I thought it was so fucking good. I feel like that added to the whole thing.
Yeah.
That made, because you can't really call it a botch because the ladder just couldn't hold their weight anymore.
At some point, I don't know, man. At some point, what are you going to do, right? A guy like him, they don't like him because he's not good. You know, it's really a different time now, right? Where you have to be good to an extent to get over. You're not going to get over if you're not very fucking good at all.
No.
You know?
And think about it this way, Jim. At least he got injured and had to disappear for a bit, because the original plan was to have Lars Sullivan take on Andrade Cien Almas for this show. That was the original plan.
Be awful.
Yeah, it would have been.
Awful.
It would have been awful. At least he got put into here and was given time to shine.
I just think he's a guy that you just keep him away from the belt. He's not a guy you ever put it on, in my opinion. You just have him run angles and do shit, but he's a mid-card guy to me. Yeah,
like this North American title, fine. I'm fine with him holding that. I don't want him being the first one. I don't want him being the winner of all these guys. But I'm fine with him having a run with that title, because this is the mid-card title. You can give it to him. Imagine if they gave him this title and he did something miraculous that we had to give him the main event. You know what I mean? You never know.
Yeah.
You can give him 3 years and he could be, just amazing. We don't know.
They put Cole over here, which... that guy's over as fuck, at least with that crowd and NXT crowd.
Yeah.
The Adam Cole Bebe shit that he's getting is fucking, that's huge.
Yeah, in the middle of that match, he just pulls one out. Because who tried to do it? Was it?
EC3 tried to do it.
Yes.
And then, he was great because he gave everyone super kicks to everybody and then did it, and the crowd went fucking crazy for it.
Yeah, and then Adam Cole Pearl Harbored him and did it himself.
Yeah, enjoyed it. Good out. I see not doing it to not putting it on Ricochet or EC3. I'm fine with the Cole. I think Cole's great. So
yeah, and I like where they're going leading into the tag team match too.
Hell yeah!
I was shocked that they did this first. Honestly, I thought the tag match would go before the ladder match and have Adam Cole go into the ladder match injured and win it. That's what I thought they would do, but that's more of a babyface move.
Yeah, I dug how they did that. We got into the women's match, and Ember Moon came out with the chick from Hailstorm singing her song.
Yeah, wasn't very good.
Yeah,
at least I wasn't a fan. Is she the one that originally sang it?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I have a question for this dude. Has anyone really seen a picture of Shayna Baszler as a little girl? Like, does that exist? You know? Until I see a picture of her as like a little girl, then I'm just not going to accept it.
You're not sold?
Not sold. No, there was a lot of debate. Really, the only thing I had to talk about on this match was be like, oh, the crowd was, dead because of the ladder match or that. Maybe, here's a thought, maybe they were just dead because they didn't give a fuck. I didn't care about this at all. And I wasn't dead of it because I just saw an awesome match. I was dead because I didn't care. I
can see where you're coming from. There's not a lot to drive into this match because Shayna Baszler's not that good of a wrestler.
No,
she's not. She's not a good talker either. So there's not a lot going for her, but she does have at least a somewhat intriguing character. And that's, I know you don't because you don't like the MMA gimmick, but I just find like, if they didn't have her lose already, she'd still have this aura of this chick that you can't beat. But she's already lost to Ember Moon. But in that same time, I didn't think the match was a bad match. I thought the match was a good match. It was not amazing. It was not above average. It was an average match that you'd see the women do in NXT. But I do also think that it really was killed by the crowd a little bit. Nobody was even going to give it a chance if they wanted to because how the match before it ended. You know what I mean?
I thought there was little bits of decent storytelling in there.
The post bit with the shoulder.
Yeah, the arm thing. Yeah, right. Exactly. I thought that was, decent, but
the hair bit.
We predicted this.
I thought that was decent.
You predicted this as well on the show, I think. That was right.
Yeah, that Shayna Baszler would win. Especially with Ronda coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's got some gas?
I was like burping and vaping. 6-star podcast.
Shit.
But they're going to go with her insane, I'm sure.
Yeah.
From here. That's why I knew she was going to get it because we're obviously going towards Sane here. And
Ember Moon, I would imagine, it has already debuted on Raw, or because we're recording this while Raw's on, or SmackDown this week.
I expect so, right? I mean, she might have. I guess she'll probably do that and then go back for the rematch, or.
Yeah, but it'll probably be a televised rematch and not wait until fucking SummerSlam.
We then from there saw the only good scene probably in that Page movie. I actually popped for it this first time. But I didn't the 9th and the 10th and the 11th and 12th time I had to see that this fucking weekend.
No, especially when Rock gives his whole bit and was like, that's how you work, that's how you get the crowd. And I was like, holy fuck, man. Like, I'm sure that is not how you did it, but this is a good fucking thing to watch on TV.
It's fucking great, right? Yeah, but it's probably the only good part of the entire movie.
I'm willing to hold out hope because I feel like The Rock wouldn't attach himself to something that shitty. You know what I mean? A wrestling biopic that sucked that bad? Like, sure.
Like Rampage? But like, a movie based on an 80s video game with absolutely no story at all?
I mean, I'm not saying everything he's done is gold, but the guy is worth enough money that he can surround himself with good people.
Yeah, I just don't. And how fucked up did she look? Because it's that little thing hi, Paige here. And she just ugh. I was like, she looked fucking gross. Yeah. She had gross old lady makeup on. And somebody sent me a picture. It's different stills of her from that.
It's so against funny, isn't it?
Different stills of Paul Bearer. I fucking died, man.
I see different stills of her. I seen one where he's put into the broken door for Shining. It was like, I'm Paige, right? Instead of it's Johnny.
Yeah, it's what is wrong with you? Hey, who would deliver it that way? Okay, go ahead and say you're paid. This is the movie. And she's all head all over the place. This is paid. Fucking, what is wrong with you?
Travis said it great while we were watching. He said she looked like she got hit with the makeup gun from Simpsons.
Yeah. You're I can't believe I jacked off to watching this shit.
Fuck.
From there, we moved to the triple threat tag match. Do you notice that the trophy is taller than Dunn? He walks on stage, look at the trophy. Trophy's taller than him. I'm like, oh, that's a bad look.
As soon as he came out, my buddy said, I really think this lesbian's tough.
Exactly. Cole sold his ribs, which is cool. I don't know what else was really in this. I mean, it was a good match.
I mean, yeah, they were working up how Adam Cole, he's really out of the equation. They put him through a table. Kyle O'Reilly had to go the whole thing himself. The big thing about this match was obviously the finish, and that's the only thing that was really supposed. This match was just supposed to be a good tag team match, as good of a triple threat tag team match as you can have. And
dude, and the end, the swerve here's like a swerve done correctly, right? A swerve that had a long story to it. There's seeds planted. It's not just like for the sake of it, like they do on the main show, like they do on Sunday at WrestleMania. But it's like, oh, we got you. It's like you didn't get us if you do something that's just dumb. If you just do something for no reason, just sporadically without any reason or story or anything, you're not proving a fucking point to me. Big deal. But yeah, on this, it was great. I think it was awesome. And he should be with those guys. Those four together are fucking great.
Yeah, well, it's basically ROH.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
love the idea of like a little indie fucking group like that.
Yeah, I think it'd be great. And Roderick Strong screams heel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He just looks like a jerk.
Yeah, he's great, but he's just like awful. I remember I used to like fucking decimate that guy when he was in Ring of Honor, and he'd do like promos and interview pieces. He just got nothing to him. But with those guys, it's a lot better, And I imagine he'll be taking over on the tag team here. So
I would imagine, because you've seen Kyle O'Reilly came out with both tag titles, and Adam Cole came out with the North American title. So it is kind of, we should have known going into this. Like, you'd see these little things and like, oh. Yeah.
Exactly. That was really good, though. They retained, which I think is what we said, right? That's what everyone said.
I can't imagine me picking two of the other teams. You know what I mean? Because
right. I think that's what we did say, was that they would retain.
I even think we batted around the idea of Adam Cole having an Undisputed Era having all these titles.
We did. Yeah. I feel like we actually did a pretty good job this week, and not to toot our own horn here, but we predicted a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Almost in Black. A really good match.
Oh, it was a beautiful match.
I didn't think it was like. It wasn't like, oh my fucking God, amazing, but it was a really good match.
It was the third best match of this show. Right? So, and that tells you, this was a good match. It was no Gargano and Almas, that's for sure.
Right.
But it was a good match.
Yeah, really enjoyed that. And then they showed that clip again, dude. I noted it every time they did.
The Page one?
Yeah. Why would you show it again?
I don't know.
God, suckers.
I don't know. I even made a point to the people that came over watching this, is like, count how many times they say WrestleMania is free tomorrow. Because they asked me, he's like, are you watching the pre-show? I was like, what kind of fucking Yahoo do you think I am? I'm not going to watch the pre-show. All it's going to be is buy WrestleMania for free. And just in the fucking 5 minutes we had it on, he counted it like 6 or 7 times. I was like, see? That's why I don't watch it.
And they beat it over the head. And this main event, Ciampa, Gargano. Thoughts on that?
Okay. This was the best match of the weekend, in my opinion. I thought this. Tommaso Ciampa came out without music and became the biggest heel of all time, in my opinion.
Dude, he has been.
He is so hated. So hated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They fucking hate him.
He's such a heel. He's a great heel. I loved his fucking jacket. I thought he looked just like the biggest piece of shit, and it worked. Johnny Gargano being Johnny Gargano, being Daniel Bryan 2.0. It's just beautiful. Everything about it I thought was great. How about you?
Yeah. I had a couple of little things that I didn't like, but I mean, obviously it was an amazing match.
Well, what were the couple of little things you didn't like? I'm just curious.
I didn't like that he steals crutches from just like the most obvious plant in the world.
Yeah, no, I get it. But the casuals loved it. You know what I mean? It's crazy stuff like that.
Well, yeah, I'm always going to have little things. Also, Gargano, like, Well, I don't know why he was giving Ciampa a wedgie, like intentionally. Did you see that when he was like up on the table?
I didn't.
Like it goes completely inside of his ass. He's got like a thong. He's like pulling his fucking tights up there. I'm like, okay, I don't know. But how about that fucking powerbomb off the apron to the concrete? It's like, they fucking let people do this shit? Holy fuck.
Right. So you can't do a pile driver in New Orleans, but you can do this. Oh, okay.
I was wondering if he was supposed to be out farther, so maybe his shoulders hit the floor, but his head would at least hit the pad if he hit his head. Like, you got to be, you think about the control necessary to go down and do that and then not let your head hit the fucking concrete.
Yeah, think about this now. The centrifugal force from your body abruptly hitting, the rest of your limbs fly back. To have the strength in your neck to make sure my head does not fly back and I die hitting my head off concrete is pretty goddamn strong. You know, that's something.
That's great too. The fans follow that up with a "You deserve it" chant, which is one "You deserve it" chant that I can get followed.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, they treated him like such a heel, and it's great.
Yeah, to the end, all the way down to where they're, you know, like Ciampa's kind of looking sad, and they both end up sitting on the mat in the middle of the fucking match. And
Johnny Gargano does the same thing that Tommaso Ciampa done to him the last singles match they had together. Sat down and he went to, you know, like, bygones be bygones, I'm sorry, and just eats the fucking brace right in the face. Or did he duck out of it? No, he got out of it, didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Put him in the Gargano lock.
Yeah, into the escape, and then fucking he beats him with the fucking brace over his face in like an STF kind of thing. Yeah, amazing. I mean, best match of the weekend by far. In the ranking for best match of the year, regardless of company. I put that in there, up there with the top shit of the year. So
I agree. And good. Another thing I really like too is Triple H did that whole Facebook thing after this. I didn't watch it, but this is what I heard about it after. Is he was asked about Tommaso Ciampa, and he's like, "Where does Ciampa go from here?" And he said, "Well, as you know, Ciampa was pissed off when he came in. He's just imagine him now, just how much more pissed off he's going to be." And he teased at, you know, something big is going to happen. So I don't know what he's going to do, but I'm excited to see where Tommaso Ciampa goes from here.
This is actually where, like, one Monday where I'm excited about it. You know, like, right now I'm recording Raw and, like, not watching. I'm excited to watch Raw tonight. The Mania one, this is great.
I would love to see Tommaso Ciampa come on Raw and just beat the fuck out of somebody.
Be cool.
I think that would be amazing.
Watch some of Supercard of Honor. Lucy beat Paige. Pretty good match. You didn't see the ladder match, right?
From Supercard of Honor, no. All I've seen from Supercard of Honor was the main event, or the co-main event.
I was debating, and maybe people can hit me up on Twitter at Suplex City Limit, if they saw both of these and thought, I was honestly leaning towards this being a better ladder match. I don't know. It's hard to say. I'm just curious of people who saw both what they thought. Jared saw both. He thought the NXT one was better. But it was Flip and the Bucks taking on SoCal Uncensored, and this was fucking a crazy-ass ladder match, man.
I imagine it was. And, Jim, I will guarantee you this. Between now and Saturday, when we record the proper episode of SCL 157, I'll have your answer.
I'm just, if it is NXT, it's not by much. I mean, I thought they really fucking did a good job. So with that match,
mind you, from my opinion of only seeing the NXT one, that ROH ladder match has to be some ungodly shit for it to top this one. Because in my opinion, this one is one of the better ladder matches I'd ever seen.
Well, like that one had Ricochet doing crazy shit, but this one's got Flip Gordon and the Bucks doing crazy shit.
Oh, I get you. And Christopher Daniels, right?
Yeah, who will take anything.
And Frankie Kazarian, who I'm assuming is not injured after the New Japan show.
No,
I heard he did. You know, his leg was a little bit hurt. I remember when he did that fucked up leg drop.
Oh yeah,
the double hop leg drop.
Yeah, that was shitty. And then you got Scorpio Sky, who's fucking, flies
Insane.
around pretty well too. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. They do some crazy shit. I won't spoil any spots for you.
I'm gonna have to go to look into it for sure.
Yeah, Bully Ray turned heel.
He's still fucking wrestling?
No, he's like he's not the manager. He's like the enforcer of the show. And he was face for a while, but now he turns heel and by fucking up Cheeseburger. And I'm a WWE Hall of Famer, and he fucking shows his ring and shit. And I'm like, oh, this is awful. And what's his name? Joe, whatever, the top guy there. He comes out.
Joe Koff?
Yeah, he can't keep himself off the fucking show, it seems like. So whatever. I thought that was dumb. But what do you think of Kenny versus Cody?
This is probably going to be unpopular opinion because I haven't heard anything about this match at all. From anyone? Like, even on Twitter, I haven't heard a fucking thing about it. The match, in my opinion, was too long.
Yeah.
The last 10 minutes of the match was fantastic. But I don't know. It was something, I don't know. Cody played a good heel, but I wasn't invested in the first, let's say the first, 2/3.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw a few people were saying, like, very, people weren't that pleased with it. Lucha John hates everything.
Yes, he does. He hates everything.
But he said it was like a 3-star match.
I would say 3.5. If I was to pretend that I was Dave Meltzer, because I in no way, shape, or form believe star ratings are necessary, but I would say, yeah, if I was to rate it 3.5.
Not that good.
Yeah, I mean, average. That's 3 is good in my opinion.
My favorite shit on it was just Cody heel work, right? Where he grabs someone's beer, drinks it, then spits it over the crowd.
No, he was good. He was good as a heel. Like the whole bit with his wife where she took the spot. I thought that was good. It's a bit overplayed, but it's good.
She takes the V trigger off the apron, lands on a table in this amazingly sexy position.
Man, and the camera angle got a great shot. You saw what I saw,
right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, thank you. And there's an awful ref bump in there, which kind of fucking the way he fell down.
Yeah,
was
cartoony
really
as fuck. I like the finish though. I thought the finish was ingenious.
Yeah, where the Bucks go to kick Cody, accidentally kick Kenny.
Yeah,
and he loses to Cody, which that's crazy.
Now my thing, why did the Young Bucks hint at kicking Kenny? You know what I mean? Why would they? Because there's been no sign of that yet, ever.
Yeah. Well, if you watch Being the Elite, right? I mean, it was definitely like, fuck, we can't trust Cody, So
yeah, and I believe I read a tweet last night or the night before. If you want to know what really happened during Supercard of Honor, tune into the 100th episode of Being the Elite. That's today, and I don't know when that comes out, but it's sometime today, probably after we record the show.
Excellent. There you go. And the main event, I thought this order was backward. They were debating coming into it, and to me, this should have been before Kenny and Cody, but
probably, yeah. I agree. This is in ROH. This is the main event. Everywhere else in the world, though, Cody and Kenny was.
Yeah, I'm with that. I mean, I thought this was a really good match, actually, but the crowd wasn't really into it at first. And
I heard a lot of bad things about the length of that show.
It was way too long.
Yeah, I heard people were so tired by the time it was done. Mm-hmm. And that, it was poor planning by ROH. I know when I went to an ROH Supercard of Honor a couple of years ago, I was exhausted by the time it was finished. I really was.
They had a pre-show, too, this time. They had the 2 women's matches. Were on the pre-show, and then Chucky T and somebody was also on there.
Yeah, they have a pre-show every time too. We our pre-show. I don't know who any of them were that were on our pre-show. It was just random people.
Yeah, it was way too fucking long. Agreed with that. I didn't see Punishment Martinez go over ECE. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Holy fuck! I don't want to watch that.
No. I did get a chance to shake Lager's hand, the pisser though, at ROH Supercard of Honor. So that was a treat. I shook Lager's hand before he washed it because he didn't wash him after he left.
Did you see his thunder?
I did not, but I smelt it.
Well, that's gross.
I'm saying he pooped.
But I mean, all in all, good show. I thought I would have almost put it on Skrull here, honestly. But,
I would have, but they didn't. Yeah, I would've.
Castle. Everyone was stoked when it happened, but since then they haven't done. We were talking about this on the show, right? They haven't done a single thing with him.
No, they really haven't. It's just been. It's like they've hit the cruise button as they got to their destination by having Castle win the title, and now they've just cruised on the highway, and they're just on a straight, and we don't know what's going on. We need them to hit a bump or something.
They've got that Apollo cruise control on.
Yeah. Backed by and branded by Titus Worldwide.
Yeah, exactly.
Every system has been quality improved by Dana Brooke.
Yeah, there it is. From there, we have just WrestleMania on Sunday, huh? Or do you have anything else from Saturday you watched?
I don't know if this was Saturday. It might have been Friday. But the WrestleCon Super Show that I watched, I didn't see everything. There was a Golden Lovers match against Chuck Taylor and Flip Gordon. I mean, I'm not too enthused by that. But the match that I really want to tell you about was the return of the Mexicools. Super Crazy Psychosis coming out with Juventud Guerrera. He wasn't wrestling, but he has mask on. And Chico El Luchador.
Who's that?
It's Rocky Romero, the character from Being the Elite.
Oh. Okay.
Taking on Jason Cade, Teddy Hart, and Matt Classic, which is Colt Cabana's alter ego.
Yeah. No shit.
Dude, that match was fucking fantastic. It was... Well, okay, no. Let me rephrase this. This match was not a good match. Okay? Teddy Hart had some good spots with Super Crazy. Super Crazy versus Super Crazier. And then you had some good comedy with Chico El Luchador, who's the oldest luchador, and Matt Classics, who's the oldest American wrestler. And they did some comedy, and you could tell Teddy Hart was having a ball with this. He was laughing and getting the fans to start chanting shit. Oh, it was great. And one other match I got to tell you about was Ray Horus, which is Dragon Azteca. And Ray Phoenix took on Bandito and Flamita.
Oh, yeah.
That match was so good. The fans threw money that covered the ring into the ring. It was fucking fantastic.
Flamita's fucking great.
Oh, dude, is he ever? And I like Bandito and Ray Horus and Ray Phoenix. I mean, that's self-explanatory.
Wow. Yeah, I saw that was around, making its way around. I was like, I wonder what's on there. I didn't really. If I had known that the Mexicools were on there, I'd have watched that shit for sure.
Yeah. And Mexicool's taking on Teddy Hart, of all things.
That main event you mentioned, is that... Dude, sniffing around our top three?
The main event, the Golden Lovers, Chuck Taylor and Flip Gordon?
No, the Luchador one, Flamita and shit. Are any of these matches sniffing around our top three?
I wouldn't say, but I think you should go out of your way to watch the Ray Horus, Ray Phoenix, Bandito, and Flamita match, because you will be thoroughly enjoyed. And you know what? Before that match was Tomohiro Ishii taking on Jeff Cobb, so you can't, it was some good wrestling on this show.
Yeah, that's not bad.
This is where Joey Ryan ate. This is where Joey Ryan ate the fire on his dick.
You pretty much have to watch Mexico shit to see Flamita.
Yeah, exactly. CMLL's YouTube show. That's probably.
Cool. Oh, that's badass. I did not see that show, but I might have to check it out.
It's on all of our usual sources.
Yeah, I saw that. Cool. And then holy fuck, WrestleMania, dude.
I am shocked that I watched all 7+ hours of this.
Yeah, when the pre-show was on, I was kind of fucking around doing other stuff, but very long. Let's just skip through some of this shit that really has no point. I mean, the men's battle royal.
Yeah, I mean, Matt Hardy wins with Bray Wyatt's help. Obviously, Bray Wyatt's his friend now. My question is, does Jeff Hardy join, or is Jeff Hardy fighting these two tonight on Raw?
Think Jeff with him would be cool?
I think it would be. Or at least have Jeff come tonight as Jeff Hardy, get attacked by Matt and Bray, come back next week as Nero.
Oh God, yeah, Brother Nero.
Because I think
That'd be cool, too.
I think it would be very confusing if Jeff came back this week as Brother Nero.
I thought the end of this match was confusing.
Yeah, and it didn't help with. It seemed like Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler had no idea what was going on.
Well, we'll get out of that. Jim Ross sounding like he has no idea on wrestling commentary in 2018. You get the fuck out of town with that. That's all that guy does now.
Yeah.
He's a fucking caricature of himself at this point.
He's definitely the shell of old JR.
Let's just stop it, man.
The best part of him probably died with Jan.
Jesus. He's just not good at wrestling anymore. He doesn't know enough about it, especially here with all these jobbers. Even my chick was like, and she doesn't watch it, but she knows who even obscure people are. And she's like, who the fuck is that guy? So
I did like how he said Jim Ross mentioned how since the last time he's seen Rhino, he's entered the super heavyweight division.
Yeah.
I like that. I thought that was funny, especially since Bo Dallas got mistaken for Rhino at the fucking. What was it? When was that? It was no time ago. Was it Royal Rumble?
Oh yeah, fucking coach coach didn't know.
Yeah.
But this man, it's whatever. This Matt Hardy, he's a young up and comer. I think this is going to be really good for him.
I had an argument with a guy on Twitter, or not an argument really. I seen his tweet. I just responded because he was saying that the Andre the Giant Battle Royal has helped a lot of people in their career. It's like.
That's the dumbest shit I've heard all day.
It's like Cesaro's tag team champs now, one of the most popular tag teams. It's like, that means it's helped being a tag team champ when you're supposed to be a fucking single star? No.
Oh, dude, there was a lot of. I could fucking regale you with tales of fucking me arguing with idiots on Twitter this weekend. Holy shit! The guy who posted that. He responded to my post about Del Rio, El Patron, if you will, being fired. He said, good, he deserves better than that anyway. Like, oh, really? He's the pride of Mexico. Like, oh, I guess. I wouldn't want to call that the pride of my country or anything.
No,
but,
I'm sure if you asked Mexicans, I don't think they're going to say Alberto Del Rio is the pride of their country.
He's not even like a top 50 all-time Mexican wrestler.
No.
Honestly, he's not even top 50.
No, I agree.
There's
he's nothing.
8 people with the last name Guerrero who are better than that motherfucker.
Who's his brother? Who's Del Rio's brother, a Mexican wrestler?
Don't get me started on Guerreros. Oh, what's his brother? Well, his dad was Dos Caras,
yes,
right?
But his brother's somebody in AAA, isn't he?
Yeah. I don't know his brother's name offhand.
I got to.
And his uncle was. Oh man, you're really testing my Mexican knowledge now. Wasn't his uncle's one of the fucking big 3 or something, isn't he?
Mil Mascaras.
There you go. Yeah, Mil Mascaras. That's his uncle. I'm trying to.
Is El Hijo del Dos Caras.
Oh, okay. So he's like a knockoff version of his dad.
His father, yeah. He's like El Hijo del Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
I know
cool
one of those.
Yeah, cool gimmick. The Mexico does dumb shit with that. But
yeah.
Alexander Mustafa Ali, I didn't think they did much on this, really.
This did not pale in comparison to the matches we got weeks before on 205 Live.
Yeah, 205 Live's had better matches than this in the last month.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I believe that comes down to the WWE just limiting them and saying, you're on the pre-show, guys. You can't go out there and just fucking blow the waters.
I don't fucking... and Jared being a pro wrestling booker, we kind of argue about that kind of shit on there. I'm not going to speak for him because he'll come on and tell us otherwise next week. But I think he agrees with that. Like, you can't blow it out. Whereas to me, I'm like, fucking... I think the first match should go out there and fucking do everything, man. Fuck it. I don't know.
I would have had them do it because you're so early in the show that, this match is not what's going to kill them. The length of this show is what's going to kill them. So if this was a 2-hour show, would I have them go out and just blow the waters out first thing? No. But with this show, yeah, go for it.
But they did it at NXT. They fucking...
No, they had 2 matches before that, though, right? You know what I mean?
Well, that's true. I guess that we'll see what this week.
They
But
taped the full television taping, actually, where War Machine debuted as War...
Yeah.
Was it some stupid fucking name?
some fucking stupid name here. I have it around here somewhere.
War Raiders. That's what it is. War Raiders.
Yeah, that sucks, dude.
That is horrible.
I just threw it out like on the fly on the show, but like, wouldn't Machines of War be fucking way cooler than that?
Right? You can trademark that.
Yeah, be Machines of War. I don't know what the fuck that is, but I guess they were over super fucking hot. No less. I feel like you can't go out and open a show and go completely ballistic and be like going through tables and all this bullshit. But these guys should be able to go out and fucking do flips off the, to the outside and do that kind of shit. I mean, at one point, Alexander's like got him in a headlock on the mat, and I'm like, what the fuck are we watching? Dude?
Yeah. And you look at, especially in this show, the WrestleMania, what are these guys going to do that is going to ruin something for the rest of the card? We've seen him do a Spanish Fly here and a Spanish Fly in Charlotte and Asuka. That was only two matches in difference, right? So they can't be, you know what I mean? It's just weird, but they'll let you do what they won't let you do. It's stupid. I don't know. I don't get it.
Yeah. The women's battle royal, the highlight or the highlights, as it were, of this match were Peyton Royce's new tits.
I agree. Man, did she look fucking fantastic.
She also had like way shorter hair. She had a different haircut going on.
Yeah. I feel like if you put her and Brie Bella together, you can almost have her as a Bella twin from far off. Not from up close, from far off. From like a hard camera view.
And Naomi wins this in pointless? I mean, I don't... Yeah. That doesn't seem like the best fucking... You had the belt on her and you were running her strong, and then you just tanked her completely out. And I don't get the decision here at all.
Jim, I'll explain it to you right fast, okay? Do you get why Matt Hardy won the Andre the Giant Battle Royal?
No.
Who cares? It's just the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Do you now understand why Naomi won the Fabulous Mute, whatever the fuck they're calling it, Vagina on a Pole match?
Stephanie McMahon Memorial Battle Royal, please.
Yes.
I guess, right? It's like you just didn't care, didn't think about it. Fuck it, just put it on her. I don't know.
I think it just doesn't matter. You know what I mean? It's like, you had a bad week, Naomi. Here you go. You can win the women's battle royal. You know, we were gonna tell the story between Sasha and Bayley, but we'll just push that back a little bit. They
kind of did. Bayley eliminated Sasha.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, you couldn't have that end anyways. You know, I think the way they did it was probably the best way you could have done it, just with the wrong person. You know, just have her eliminate Sasha. Oh shit, Bayley wins. Oh no, Naomi's not eliminated, even though I've seen her lying on the ground for about 16 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, even like a Ruby Riott would have been a better decision than this. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Becky.
Sane was in there. Becky has a lot of weird. There was like this chick from India on there.
Yeah, that big strong lady. She was something else.
Awful.
I did like what they did with the NXT girls, and had them run rough for a little while, and then just get the NXT chant going. I thought that was cool.
But they didn't get the chant going,
really. I didn't.
If the crowd would have went with it, it would have been one thing, but they're just like...
Well, these are all the girls from NXT, I don't know. Except for Kairi Sane, I think I know her. She's been seen somewhere in the last month.
Yeah, I guess recovering from her tit surgery, but like, where's Peyton Royce been?
Exactly. And who else was in it? Fucking the black lady with the hair whip. What's her name?
Bianca Belair, who I actually do like.
The 450 she did. I was like, what the fuck? This is a battle royal.
Yeah, she's pretty good, man. I don't like the hair whip gimmick, but it's a gimmick, so.
It's a gimmick. That's true.
Yeah. Let's keep moving here. Holy fuck, we'll be here all day.
That's true. Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, and The Miz open up the show with a WWE Intercontinental Title Triple Threat match. What did you think of that match?
Seth Rollins was appropriating white culture by having blue contacts in. No, fucking Rollins with his contacts. I was like, Did you see that?
I did. I you know what I thought when I seen that?
Yeah.
When I look into your eyes. No, okay.
Yeah.
I actually had to have it told to me what he was. I didn't know what he was.
Yeah, I don't watch that show either. So after I saw the references, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I get it now, but fair enough.
I love the Miz looked so absurd and so awesome. I love it.
He looked like he was going to come out with Mr. Miyagi. That must have been what Bo Dallas was trying to channel.
I don't know what the fuck. Those sunglasses and shit. It was just like
the headband.
Yeah, it was very over the top.
He looked like a 8-year-old's Halloween costume.
I was watching it with Mrs. and I'm like, oh, maybe we'll have the demon entrance here, and like,
was it couldn't have been farther. Mrs.? No. It's so funny.
It was Vicious and Mrs.
The Vicious Mrs.
It's coming to the USA soon. Just be like me and her fucking like fighting all day and acting like siblings, arguing with each other. Yeah. But he said came out like it was the farthest thing from the demon entrance I could have imagined.
Yeah, and I understand why they didn't do the demon entrance because he was going to lose. You can't really have the demon lose; makes him look like an idiot.
That's true.
But I mean, I got nothing against doing a gay pride gimmick. I don't care.
No, I don't care either. I don't think it's his gimmick by any means, but
no.
It was kind of lame that I thought like the Bullet Club was really kind of the driving force on that, right?
Yeah,
because we talked about that like a week or two ago. That transgender fan and saying like, I feel like I could go to this wrestling show where I don't feel like I could go to many, and they've been super accepting of that sort of thing. I just felt like it was kind of a Me Too thing from WWE here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it was. Let's latch on to that. I think we were talking about. That's what we were really talking about. The WWE's latched on to this as soon as Kenny Omega came out with it. And they just
if it was a genuine. If it was a genuine thing, it's like, that's cool. But when it's WWE, you know that it's not. It's just whorish and bullshit.
Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't kick JJ out and put a gay kid in.
But yeah, from this match, I mean, dude, just sling blades for days. It was... Some call it Kaiser blade. I call it a sling blade.
Match, yeah. I mean, it was nothing. It was probably the best match on this show, technically wise.
God, this show that's scary, right?
Isn't it?
Actually,
when I say my favorite match, that's what's going to be scary. Okay.
Oh, I'll probably be right with you.
Okay.
Rollins wins as we predicted. They're not going to do anything with Balor. That's just I've just accepted that now. Like they're just not going to do anything with this guy.
No.
So, and I'm not even a guy. We've talked shit on him forever. He's another one of those guys. Like I don't like him, but I understand when somebody deserves a push. When somebody's over-ish. He was more over before, but
yeah. I mean, my hopes of seeing Balor as a heel are completely shot now because the leader of the gay pride regime ain't going to.
I don't think that's going to keep going. I think that was just to sell a shirt, and all the proceeds from that shirt did go to charities as well. Like, so that's good on them. But again, it's just kind of. I don't think you'll see that even tonight on Raw. Probably.
I have heard though that Stephanie McMahon wants an LGBT superstar.
Well, we talked about that, right? She wanted him to do some kind of a gay gimmick. And Triple H was like, please no? Whatever.
Hell no.
From there we had the women's match, the SmackDown Championship.
Yeah.
Charlotte and Asuka.
This is the curse of the Bambino for the WWE. Every time they go to the Superdome or Silverdome, which depending on who you talk to, somebody's streak ends. So.
Yeah.
Now, okay. What's your opinions on Asuka's streak being ended?
Absurd.
I get it. I do.
Lazy.
I get it. Now, let's say
fucking waste is what it is, dude.
I would say I'm trying to be devil's advocate here because I do think there's many better things you could have done. But now looking at WWE's fascination with Charlotte Flair, they're not going to let nobody be better than Charlotte Flair. Would you rather have Charlotte Flair beat it now or have her lose to Nia Jax in a build on SummerSlam? Because realistically, how long do you really expect them to keep this winning streak going? How long can you build week-by-week television by having the same lady beat somebody for 365 days straight?
She just got there. This is her first fucking pay-per-view.
I know. Well, I know. Don't get me wrong.
If even give me even 6 months would have made more sense than that.
Now, mind you,
SummerSlam or something.
She has been there since Survivor Series. This is by no means her first pay-per-view, but because she won the Royal Rumble.
Well, yeah, but that's not the same. That's not like a singles match.
No, I get it. This was her first very highly publicized singles match. The build was nothing either, but I do understand why they would have. Why they'd want to end the streak, I understand, because it makes things easier to book. But that, in some ways, it's lazy booking. But doing it now, too, I also think is a really strange way to do it. I was befuddled.
So you have 2 Japanese people win your Royal Rumble matches, and then you just have both of them win. Both of them will lose. What the fuck is the point of that?
Yeah, and lose so gracefully and clean.
Yeah, I mean, I thought this match was okay, but I thought that Spanish Fly was fucking ugly as shit. I'd be like, never do that again.
Well, you know why it was ugly? Because
she almost fell to the fucking floor.
Asuka was on the second rope, and Charlotte was on the top rope. Now, you tell me what's wrong there.
And also, Charlotte almost fell fucking completely off to the floor.
She did.
Seconds before it.
She did, and that would have. If it was any other pay-per-view but WrestleMania, I'd say I would have liked to have seen it. But on WrestleMania, I don't want to see it because that's like kill yourself things. You know, I botched the biggest spot on WrestleMania. The biggest spot of my life. I ruined it. I'll never be known as anything but. I'm just going to hang myself right here.
I thought Charlotte had a cool entrance. You know, it was not cool, but something. Just changing.
I thought it was cool. I would say cool was good.
Yeah.
Her father's old music, I think. I just pop for that every time.
Pretty good.
I found her father gave me goosebumps, and I'm not afraid to admit it.
But she tapped Asuka, and I just...
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care. You do whatever the fuck you want to do. To me, it just doesn't make any sense. You got nothing out of it. You know, I wonder what do you think Paul thinks of that? You know, he's like spent all this time building this chick, and she's undefeated forever, and then she goes to the main roster, and she's just immediately beaten.
Yeah,
I know. I wonder if he's okay with that, or I wonder if he was like, God damn it.
You know he's not okay with it. I would have had Asuka beat Charlotte Flair here. Then I would have
give her a run as the champ before you fucking let her beat a couple of people and defend it a few times before, and then have her lose to like the next big thing.
Yeah, you know what? If you had her going with a run with the champ, and let's say she runs through Charlotte, Becky, Naomi, Carmella tries to cash in, doesn't get it. You know, she goes through Ruby, go through SummerSlam, have her face. I would even be down with having her face Nia Jax and have Nia Jax beat her. But at least then you had her have a build with this, and then at least build to the big bastard Nia Jax taking on Asuka.
Yeah, I still thought even you could have got yourself out of it probably. Like, couldn't you have done Carmella? It comes down and. How could you do it? Well, I mean, she could behind the ref's back. She takes out Asuka with the briefcase over the head. Dude, she's out cold. Cashes in and beats Charlotte, or Charlotte could still beat her. I mean, I don't know.
No, if you had Carmella come out, cash in her Money in the Bank, that makes it a triple threat match. According to WrestleMania 31, when Seth Rollins came in and cashed in, it turned into a triple threat match. So then you can have Charlotte pin Carmella while Asuka's still out. She has no idea any of this has happened. Because she's unconscious. Her streak ends, but not because of her.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I just don't like
Goldberg-ish, isn't it? Everybody use the cattle prod to fucking take him down?
Yeah, well, right. But, I mean, this is like Goldberg on Nitro is winning and winning and winning and winning. And then the first pay-per-view, he loses.
Yeah. Yeah,
you know?
It's like saying, "Hey, this guy from the power plant is undefeated." Right? He's been undefeated for like 3 years. Comes up 3 months later, loses streak. I bet you WCW doesn't do that great big house in Atlanta, Georgia in 1998, do they?
Yeah. So on the main roster, she beat nobody. Really. She beat a couple people on like fucking Raw or whatever. But,
yeah.
You know.
She beat Emma.
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. At least run it for the rest of the, a good chunk of the year, 6 months or something, and have her drop it to, who do you have that's going to come up? I'm probably not Sane, but maybe Moon. Or I don't know. Anything. Anyway, moving on. That was dumb.
Okay, Jim, this is actually probably the best story. We can't move on from here. You got Asuka. Yeah, sure. You got Ember Moon, who couldn't beat Asuka in NXT. And that's her story when she comes up to SmackDown. It's like, I've never been able to beat Asuka. And you got, but I've come close so many times. Asuka's champ. It's SummerSlam. Asuka, I'm going to try to beat you. It's been a long time since we've tried. Let me try again. And she beats her. Yeah. Boom. She gets her win back. It's all these other things. It's a build that's been happening for a year or so.
Or you could even do shit where, Rousey, once you start doing singles shit with her and she's beat a bunch of people.
Streak
a huge match. Yep. Yeah, fucking Ronda Rousey versus the undefeated fucking Asuka.
Yeah. And now I have heard also that the reason why Charlotte won and beat Asuka's streak is because they're trying to do a super build on Charlotte to have Charlotte versus Rousey at WrestleMania for next year and possibly be the first woman to main event WrestleMania.
Good luck.
I have heard that.
This next one will be really easy to talk about.
Oh, yeah, first I made burgers.
A ref ran out to talk to Cena, and he runs backstage. So whatever. But Jinder wins the U.S. title, and he pins Rusev because fuck you. That's why.
Yeah.
I really have nothing else to say about that match. I didn't watch it. I went out and smoked, and I didn't care.
I grilled burgers. And that's when I made those Cajun Smokies that I regret today.
You had Cajun Smokies. I had fucking jalapeno bratwursts, man.
Travis texted me this morning saying his poop doesn't smell like poop. It smells like Cajun.
It's awesome. It's a good time right there.
Oh, man, was it ever.
What else we got? The Angle, Rousey, Triple H and Steph. Their entrance, dude, made me fucking laugh out loud.
As soon as I seen that entrance, I was like, well, we're not getting American Badass Taker.
They are the uncoolest fucking people ever.
They're your aunt and uncle that you regret to see come. And when they show up there with their bikes and usually bring some friends. That's what they are.
They like custom fucking trike choppers built for this. Fucking for what? No one cared. The crowd sat there when they came out. They were just sitting there. They're heels, but people didn't even really boo. People are just like, okay. Whatever. Fucking stupid. But yeah, really, I will say it. I'm gonna fucking say it. I'm gonna turn Feza. Ronda Rousey did a good job in this
What have I been telling you, Jim? What have I been telling? I didn't say it in those words. I don't. That's sorry. That sounded too much like I told you so.
I told her so.
Yeah, I fucking told her so. Fucking told her so.
I hate to be the one who says I told her so.
I fucking
told her so.
But no, she did do a good job in ring. Now, mind you, her talking and her everything outside the ring is still horrible.
Yeah,
it needs a lot of work. But in ring, especially,
needs a lot of work because fuck, if you took a shot every time she tugged her gear, you'd be in the fucking hospital, dude.
I know, and that's the problem with doing the UFC gimmick because she's wearing the exact same thing she'd wear in UFC. And what does she do in the UFC all the time? Before the matches, she was fucking pulling on everything.
Yeah.
But
just wear a bigger shirt if you want to wear a bigger shirt.
Wear a fucking pair of pants. Fuck it, man.
I felt uncomfortable being like when she came out in the full Hot Rod thing, like looking at something that's basically what Hot Rod wore, but being like, oh, damn, it was very uncomfortable for me.
Being aroused by the template of Roddy.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's like,
I will say she did look good. You know what I mean? Like physically wise too, not just in ring. I did like looking at her.
Yeah.
She needs knee pads though. Every wrestler needs fucking knee pads. Let's get a GoFundMe going for Ronda Rousey, Jim.
Yeah, so I don't think she's going to need our money.
No, I don't think so either. But I mean, we did talk about doing one for Gulak. I'm sure Gulak couldn't afford knee pads too.
Yeah.
Sure, high spots would
But
just give it to him.
this shit too. Steph counters the armbar, dude. She counters it.
I know.
She's a fucking shooter, man. Steph McMahon, she's a shooter.
Yeah, she is. I see the tweet. Brian Alvarez tweeted out that Steph countering the armbar is something that we'll have to listen to until the sun melts the earth. It's like, yes, yes, it is.
Yeah, and too, this match wasn't fucking great. People, I mean, it was fun.
No,
Everyone was into it, but I mean, she's got Triple H up, and she's sitting there, and finally, Steph comes in, like, oh my god.
Yeah, no, but it did look cool until Steph fucked it up. Like having Ronda do a roll through and deadlift him up there, that was pretty cool looking. But
I was
Steph
surprised by Dana White in the crowd, huh?
Right. Right.
Weird.
That's because did you know all this time Brock Lesnar's had a deal with the UFC? He's been under contract with the UFC still?
No.
He has been.
He re-signed to fucking WWE today.
I know, which blows my fucking mind. Did you hear about that whole thing too with him getting into an altercation with Vince and throwing the title and shit?
Yeah, that's a lot of people are reporting that.
It makes tonight interesting.
I guess. I mean, I don't know why they bother. I would not give this guy any more fucking money.
I wouldn't have re-signed him. I'm sick of Brock Lesnar. I really am.
Oh my god, am I sick of it? And I don't think he does anything. I don't think people are like, well, he is this and that. Not really. Not really.
No.
But I'm not Angle, and I don't want to see Kurt Angle wrestle anymore, please.
This is a nice hoorah for Kurt Angle, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see, they did do the stereo submissions at one point in there.
Oh yeah. We said that, hey.
But they didn't do it right. They didn't listen to what I said and have them, with the WrestleMania sign in between them. But, whatever.
They did have them holding hands, though.
Yeah. Well, yeah, this was good. It was well done. It was fun. The crowd liked it.
Yeah. And Jim liked it as well.
Yeah, I did. It wasn't bad.
Jim tried to be all coy. The crowd liked it.
They did. They did. I mean, I was like, I just can't get into it. It was like, it's not the kind of match that I like in wrestling. The very over the top, mixed tag, celebrity, not wrestler. I don't like any of that kind of shit.
I agree. It's not my thing, but at least we were treated with one of the better celebrity appearances we've ever had in a WrestleMania form. I don't know. It rivals LT.
LT and Bam Bam?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I fucking love LT and Bam Bam.
Yeah, that's true. So, yeah, anything else about Rousey or
no?
That match?
I think that's everything. Triple H sold an Irish whip longer. He sold every move he's ever sold.
Yeah, he was out there for a fucking long time. Next up, we had the New Day, Usos, and Bludgeon Brothers. Holy fuck! This New Day entrance was amazing.
With the miniature pancake guys throwing pancakes.
Yeah, we missed it when we were talking about the Asuka thing. Yeah. I think you had mentioned you're like, that's a fucking acid trip. But for me, this more represented my past fucking hallucinogenic trips. It's like the giant pancakes with the butter spinning around. What did you think of those graphics? Actually,
I like them in an entrance for a special entrance. Like I like the Asuka stuff because it was more of like a 3D object coming at you. I didn't like the Miz thing with the letters.
I was trying to decide how they did that. Is that just the standard thing? It just looked better on that background, or I'm not sure what they were doing.
What do you mean, like with Asuka and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Well, like that's basically augmented reality, right?
Yeah.
You're projecting 3D images into your workspace essentially, and as you're panning, you're seeing these 3D images. So it's one of those. I don't know how they do it, but
it looked cool.
Yeah,
I liked actually for this too. I thought the pancakes up there.
Yeah,
I thought it added a whole new kind of thing to entrances. You could. I mean, I'm not saying do it on Raw every week, but
no, because you get sick of them. You'd have to do a new one every 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, but for special entrances, very cool.
Yeah.
And midgets fucking. And then they did the word midgets. in pancake costumes doing the worm. Get the fuck out of here. Amazing. Get the fuck out of here. Amazing.
Kofi's afro was something else. Or not Kofi's, Xavier's afro.
Yeah, they look like, do you know what they reminded me of? Like the fucking Jacksons.
I thought like Dolomite.
The old, yeah, like the old fucking Jackson 5 era shit. They looked very 70s, you know?
It would have been great if they came out to like a Jackson 5 inspired song.
I thought it was really awesome. But this match was not awesome.
No, it was 5 minutes. Especially when you look at it as the Usos' first WrestleMania main card match, man. This was nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, they didn't even have anything special with their entrance, eh?
Not that I recall.
And you'd think the Usos' penitentiary could really translate well to an entrance.
You'd think you'd be able to do something for a lot more people here, but I knew it would be the Bludgeon Brothers because, as I said, on last week's show, this is Vince's pet project. He fucking loves this. This is his thing.
Yeah, no,
but those dudes are not over at all.
No,
they're not going to be either. There's not going to be a point where people give a fuck about these guys.
And they won't hold the titles for long.
Maybe. Who fucking knows, dude?
Yeah.
I can see him having forever. Who's going to beat him?
Yeah, I assume they lose them in some kind of 3-way or something.
I just don't like that whole thing. It sucks. But yeah, I didn't really have much else to say about this match. It was nonsense. It was a squash match on WrestleMania.
It's essentially, well, and you know what? When you put it this and the Undertaker segment together, it's a long stretch without any kind of meaningful wrestling.
Yeah. Yeah. From that, then we had this whole John Cena situation.
Yep. Yeah, where he comes out with Elias.
Yeah.
Elias starts playing what the fuck, House of the Rising Sun, and you know how the first line starts with that song.
Yeah.
So
what's the first? Yeah.
Something House in New Orleans, right? So.
And then so the Undertaker his shit's in the ring. Very fake lightning bolts hit it, and it disappears. Which
was obviously the same stuff as the Asuka stuff. It was.
It didn't look very good though.
No, and which would look at the graphics that they used for the Asuka stuff. Would you believe you could make lightning bolts out of that? No.
Well, it's better than the lightning bolts they've had in the past, right?
Yes.
But I don't know. We all expected I thought that the American Badass one at least would have made sense story-wise, you know?
It would have. But
why couldn't you have done that? End it like that. That would have been okay.
H needed the motorcycles, Jim, and Kid Rock was not staying.
Kid Rock's like, yeah, I got shit to do.
Did you notice he wasn't there with the rest of the Hall of Famers? He was not at WrestleMania.
Yeah, well, his speech was great when he got inducted. I kind of saw it in the background. It was like fucking 3 minutes. I fast forwarded. It only took me like fast forwarding 5 minutes, and I was on to the next thing. Fucking guy, that guy sucks.
Yeah, no, I seen he's gonna go beat some Democrats, and they cut to AJ Styles, who was laughing his ass off. Just like
man.
Not my God, gay community.
Fucking awful.
I gotta give a shout out to Sarah from the Strap for her tweet. Please let the LGBT. Yeah, that's how you say it. People come behind AJ's entrance. Just don't tell him he's there. That would be fucking hilarious. So I gotta give the props to her on that one.
Got you, AJ. We got you this new shirt for you. It's a rainbow. People from the gay community are gonna come out with a gay community. Yeah, the gay community. They're gonna come out with you.
We need a sample of that.
Oh yeah, that should definitely happen. But yeah, I mean, that's a lot of people had a problem. This is exactly what this should have been. If you're going to have this guy wrestle, and I don't think you should, if you're going to, this is the way to do it. He looked good. It was fast. It was over.
Yeah. That's exactly what I thought of this. I was like, this is exactly what they should do with The Undertaker, and I have no problems with this.
Well, I mean, that's what they want to do, yeah. But we said it on there, right? I mean, everyone knew he was going to win this. There's some people who are like really
I
surprised.
was on the fence. I think when we brought it up, I was surprised. Actually, I thought John Cena would probably win.
I thought it was 100% for Undertaker to win that. He's lost too much, dude. It's a quick win for him. Of course, Cena's going to put him over. Anybody's going to put over that guy, you know?
Yeah.
You know, there's not a single person on that roster who would have any problem putting him over.
No, except Brock Lesnar probably would.
Okay, maybe him. But you think that? But really, I don't know. Does he really do that shit? I don't think he cares.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
I don't think he cares enough what anybody thinks about anything. He'll do anything.
Well, he cared. According to the story, he cared about something last night when he got back to the gorilla.
Yeah. But yeah, I didn't have a problem with this. They showed the Hall of Famers, as we mentioned. JJ got to pick his pop with a whole fucking bunch.
Yeah, and Goldberg started doing this power ring thing, which I was like, listen up, Hal Jordan, get the fuck out of the screen.
Yeah. From there, we moved on to Shane and Bryan.
Which I think they dropped the ball on this match completely.
Yeah, boy.
They really made the comeback of Daniel Bryan a little lackluster. Why did you need to have Daniel Bryan get attacked? You could have just had Shane McMahon get fucking pummeled to oblivion in a corner and have Daniel Bryan on the apron just waiting. You know, yelling, come on. And you didn't need to do it for 10 fucking minutes.
Yeah. Like, let's take out the one guy who can actually work in the beginning. The guy who everyone wants to see. Yeah, very confusing.
Yeah, do you really think you're going to make that pop any bigger by making us wait, 5 more minutes for it? We've been waiting 3 fucking years.
Yeah, and Shane was awful in this, dude.
Yeah, he was.
Now, it's going around a lot of people saying, and I don't disagree with it, that this is where shit started to go south. This is where the crowd was like, just started going fucking south, and I think they're right, man.
Yeah, and I heard a lot of it being people here after the Undertaker match being very disappointed in the length of that and not being able. The Undertaker was only there for 2 minutes, right? There was a lot of people in the crowd that were angry about that. Then you get the whole Daniel Bryan bit.
What the fuck do you guys want, dude? If you want this elderly man to come and fucking wrestle, this is what it is. You got to see him do the entrance, the shit. What else is there, dude?
Exactly.
Fuck off, man.
He did the moves,
Some of us have wanted this guy to retire like 5-10 fucking years ago.
Yeah. But when Daniel Bryan came back into this match was amazing.
Yeah.
Seeing Daniel Bryan do his thing, no steps missed. You know what I mean? 3 years, and he's wrestling better than most of these guys who are wrestling every day.
Yeah, very awesome. I just hope that they do something with him here. I'm hoping that this heel turn Nakamura will somehow lead to a Bryan Nakamura thing, but
one can only dream.
It's debatable why I even care at this point, though.
Well,
honestly,
see, it's because it's a match that we've really never ever seen.
No,
right, and this is the last remnants of when we will ever be able to see it.
Yeah, I mean, I get you there, but at the same point, it's like, man, I don't know about Nakamura anymore. Anyway,
we'll get
what
into
else you have on this?
We'll get into it when we get there, because I got something to. I don't know.
Yeah.
What did I think of? What, we talking about Nia Jackson, Alexa Bliss?
You think Owens and Zayn are probably on Raw as we speak.
I would imagine. At 7:27, we're an hour and a half in. No, I'd say they would show up more towards the end and fucking just beat the shit out of somebody.
Okay, I was thinking about this. Wouldn't it be way cooler if they let them fucking take indie bookings for a couple months?
Oh yeah. Wouldn't
it be even just like 2 months?
I agree.
Let those guys go out, like Generico's back and he's wrestling on fucking, indie shows and shit, and Steen is back out wrestling. That'd be amazing.
They're not in ROH, they're not on Impact, they're not on nothing like that, but PWG.
Yeah, let them do PWG.
Pro Wrestling Revolver, Beyond Wrestling, let them WWN Live. You know what I mean? Like, give him to Gabe Sapolsky. Give him a couple matches there. He's basically... You had Keith Lee on your fucking Access. You're close enough for that.
All right. That would be fucking good.
Yeah, I agree.
but whatever. Yeah. From there, what do we got?
Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss.
Yeah. What do you say about this?
They really tried to whiten up Nia Jax's face, eh?
Oh, did they?
Oh man, she looked, like I tweeted, she looked like LaToya Jackson. She really did, because LaToya Jackson's the female one that's starting to whiten up, right?
Oh yeah, well she's wearing a LaToya Jackson costume. She was. It wasn't like when you said that. I wasn't like I didn't even think of the complexion. I thought you meant because of the what she was wearing. She had the shoulder. It was like a Michael Jackson, LaToya Jackson thing to the T.
Yeah, mine was all towards the complexion. That's all it was for me.
The result of this was not a surprise, especially not a surprise when you saw the tone of the commentary from Go. It's like, oh, this is going to be you're good enough, this whole thing. Yeah. This whole body image thing. And they even said that at the end, they're like, if anyone ever picked on you or you ever felt different, this is, oh my God, dude. It's so heavy-handed.
Yeah, no, this match is nothing as well.
Like, you see what we're doing? Do you get it? Do you see what we're doing? Yeah, I see what you're doing. Calm the fuck down on it, man.
Yeah. No, I get it. I understand. I by no means like this match one iota. Except for Alexa Bliss. I thought she was fine.
Yeah. I'll give you that. Moving on from there, we have, Nia's the new champion. Where do you go from there? Who do you have left on that show who's even, like, viable?
Well, you're going to do Sasha and Bayley together. That's going to be a few going on. I would imagine Alexa faces her again. Mickie James probably is going to be who faces her up until Backlash. Sonya, they love Sonya. No, but because she's a babyface now. Nia Jax is, so you can do Sonya Deville because they love her.
Oh man,
yeah.
I'm not excited about any of that.
I wouldn't be surprised if Ronda Rousey beats her fairly quick. Honestly, and to be completely honest with you, when you look at how the crowd reacted to Ronda during WrestleMania, right? They were, she was over there.
I don't know what they were cheering. I don't know what they were cheering when she came out. Like, in the match she did good shit. I see cheering, but like when she came out, based on what she's done so far, what were they cheering? I don't know. That's my point.
But you're still looking at she's a bigger star than anybody in the WWE. She is.
Well, yeah.
Right. Therefore, she's going to bring you more popularity than if Nia Jax is your champion.
Well, she's not a bigger star than John Cena, but yeah.
Okay, no, but okay, you got me there. Or the Undertaker. There's a few.
Ooh, I don't know about that. I mean,
everybody knows who the Undertaker is, though.
That's true.
Everybody knows. It's like Hulk Hogan. He's like one step below Hulk Hogan.
Everyone knows who he is because he's been fucking wrestling since like 1989.
Exactly. No, it's true. It's true. But I could see her winning it now, and then they building her as just the biggest champion they've ever had, because technically she is the most popular women's champion they've ever had. There's no reason not to give her the title. It's going to be more popular than everything else. She's also not that bad in the ring in a choreographed match. All you got to do is, you're not going to have her in the ring every week anyways.
Oh, I thought that it was a total thing, right? Is that they're just putting on Nia so they can have fucking Rousey beat the big chick. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah. And just make her look that much better, and then she'll just run roughshod on everybody until maybe she meets Charlotte at WrestleMania. Who knows how that works?
Yeah. From here, Nakamura, Styles.
The match was a disappointment.
Yeah, definitely a disappointment.
It was a disappointment. Now, I think it's the wrong time to do it. Like this match at WrestleMania is where you'd think you'd have that big blow-away match. But instead, they start the feud. You know what I mean? Like, this is the first of many matches, obviously. They're going to do a series. And, in your first series, you don't... Your first match in a series, usually you don't do everything.
Well, yeah, but this is WrestleMania.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Why did they choose this time to start this?
And we've been waiting since his first match, I mean, I guess he had some other matches in NXT that were pretty good, but we've been waiting for Nakamura to get to the place where he can have that badass match, and I don't know if he does have it anymore.
He might not.
Yeah.
He really might not, because he has been wrestling for a while. He's not young, and he wrestled a hard style. And over in New Japan, too, he was only known to come in and do big matches a couple times a year. The rest of it would be what we see. But Wrestle Kingdom, you were known to get a great Nakamura match. Doesn't seem so much. But if you watch that Chronicle, too, he talks about how there's certain things he can't do here now. This is a different style. He's limited. Even from NXT, he's limited going to the WWE because it's even different from NXT.
Yeah, and that too, but that's another thing with this. It's like you do this fucking Chronicle thing, which completely gets the guy over as a babyface. You release it 6 days before you do this turn out of nowhere.
No, man, this came out on Thursday. This was 3 days. You had 3 days to watch this fucking thing.
Oh my god. And I did watch it before this show.
Me too.
God damn, dude.
I was like, man, this guy's going to be a babyface of all babyfaces. And then boom, low blow.
Yeah. I'm like, wow, you should take clips of this and show it on the fucking show. Now
you can't.
Oh, dude, it's just stupid, man. Yeah. I don't get it. And that's one of those things, that's what I was alluding to earlier, where you just do it for the sake of it. There's no reason, really. There's no story behind it. It's just we'll just do it. And I bet once he's healed, I'll put the belt on him, I bet.
Yeah, but now, mind you, I can see Nakamura being a good heel.
I can see it.
Because he's already a cocky babyface anyways.
Yeah. And I'm glad the crowd was happy too. I think just to see something, something happened. but I was taking notes. I was typing how unhappy I was with the fact he's kneeling before him, giving him the belt like he's going to suck his dick off or something. I was oh, this is awful.
When he knelt, it was I started getting that feeling just something's wrong here. And
yeah,
for sure enough.
I feel like if he takes it off Styles heel, and then we can get towards a Bryan and Nakamura thing, I'd be down for that.
Yeah, I can be down for that too. I agree. Yeah. I agree. I think that's really a great story to tell.
Yeah. You have anything else on that one before we move on?
No, not really. I love Nakamura's theme.
Oh yeah, you were
Nakamura's entrance. I thought was amazing. Really? Okay. Yeah. What did you hate about it?
I thought it was poorly played. I thought it was played like shit.
Fair enough.
I don't know, man. I think we had this once before, right? Or did you agree that one time that violin guy fucking sucked a dick on it?
Oh yeah, he did. He sucked a dick on it most times, actually.
I thought this sounded like shit. The sound quality wasn't good. There's a bunch of kids playing violins. They were playing incorrectly. Some of them I could fucking see it. I don't know. I just thought it wasn't tight. It wasn't. I like the guitar player, but even that was I don't know. They played it to the millionth degree. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean by the millionth degree?
The chick playing that could not have put any more sauce on that if she tried.
Oh yeah, no, yes, no. I agree. To me, I like it so much.
Top, so
but see, this is the thing though. You look at Japanese music is so over the top.
No, that's fair.
And to me, this just screamed what it would sound like in New Japan. And to me, it sounded so much better than what it was.
She's the guitar player for Alice Cooper's band.
Who is that? I don't know who that band would be.
Alice Cooper?
Oh, no. I just assumed you're talking about she had a different band.
Oh, no. She plays guitar in his backing band or whatever.
Yeah, and she was at NXT TakeOver the night before as well.
Oh, there you go. This next match was pretty nothing, really. I thought the Mardi Gras characters was dumb, but then, how they all fled for their lives when Braun came out, that was pretty good. I thought that was pretty good, yeah. I agree. Yeah. So now, what's your opinion on the kid? Yeah, that was dumb. You thought it was I loved it. I thought it was great. Really? Yeah. I all I could think of the whole time was, I wish I was that kid. You know what I mean? I wish I was him when I was his age. That's all I could think of. And I was just like, man, this is great.
I just thought it was good because Braun Strowman. Because you think about this now, who could you have had as a surprise for Braun Strowman that would have made sense and wasn't dumb?
Well, yeah, we said that, but if you're going to go into the crowd and pick people, Tanahashi was there.
Suzuki was there.
Yeah, you could have picked
Okada was
Tanahashi.
there. He walked by No Way Jose.
Did he really?
Yes.
I didn't even see that. Yeah, that would have been a much better option.
Yes, but now because I just thought it was I don't know. I thought it was a not a touch. I don't know. Is there another word for touching that's not so emotional?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I just thought it's made me feel fuzzy. I liked it. I wished I was the kid, and I feel like this in a company that's geared towards kids could really help bring the kids numbers in more than because you know how it's kids aren't watching no more. If kids know that they can go to a show and maybe be in the match, I think they want to go to the show 10 times more.
As long as your dad's the referee, anyhow.
John Cone. Yep.
I don't know, man. It's just like, had they not spent all this time trying to build up until even like fucking a couple weeks ago, Braun is the monster. That's the part I don't like, right? Is they spent all this time building him up as a monster, and he's killing people, and he's flipping fucking ambulances and all this shit. And then just to do this, like, what was the point of all that? That was just a waste of fucking time.
I mean, see, the way I look at it is a character. What I hate in movies are characters that are one dimension. You know what I mean? Why is the Hunchback of Notre Dame such a big story back in the day? Because he's a monster that was actually kind-hearted, but he could kill people. You know what I mean? If I were to go and watch a movie and the whole thing was the Bond villain is just this big guy that throws people around, A, I don't watch Bond movies because of that, and C, right, I don't watch Bond movies, right? Just because.
Well, this isn't the entire movie, though. This is just the beginning of the movie. This is what 15 minutes of a movie, right? Because the time is completely different. You know.
No, I get it.
This would be like a half hour of a movie. This would be like the first act.
I mean, like Braun Strowman's character so far.
Well, right. I'm saying, like, yeah, this isn't, you know.
But where else can a monster go? You know what I mean? Like, eventually, every monster becomes lovable. You look at Andre the Giant. At some point in time, people looked at him as this unstoppable force that's just going to roll through everything. And then he went around with women on his shoulders.
Yeah. And they also spent this whole time making the Bar this fucking undefeatable team. They beat every fucking tag team into the ground, you know. And two, where the fuck is this going to go on Raw? They're going to strip the kid. I imagine they're going to
I would
make him have a new partner. He's going to get a new partner every week. Can he do that? I suppose that's what they'll do.
I seen an idea. What was it? I was listening to, I think, Wrestling Observer Live, and somebody called in and said, wouldn't it be funny if every week you picked a different kid from the crowd?
I guess.
Really? I'd be perfectly fine, though, if it was just Braun Strowman without a partner.
But, like, I don't know, it just doesn't fit in the story for me, right? Like, what, who was it? Who's the shitbag who loses all the time? He wanted to be on his team last
Kurt
week.
Hawkins.
Right, and he just, like, throws him through. So that same guy is the same guy who would pick a little kid? I don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking too deep into it, but...
I get what you're saying.
Same people who fucking would sit and be angry about Omega wrestling a kid, they're totally okay with this, you know.
Well, and see, I said it in the ass backwards way. I said it. I think of it as the other way, where the people really bitching about this are the people that will still sit back and watch Omega wrestle a kid and be perfectly fine with it, right? So
I've famously buried that on the show, but yeah, well, not famously, but that's been my position, is to bury him wrestling a little girl.
But yeah,
you know, I don't know. It's whatever. It's what it was.
Let's see. This is the greatest thing about wrestling is this 7+ hour show is not geared at one person to like the whole thing. The 7+ hour show is geared so that everybody likes something about it.
Yeah, I wish they'd have geared more towards me liking it.
Well, see, at this point in time, this is when this is the fight that you come through is at what point in time will people realize that WWE's just not for you, man? Like, if you don't have a reason to watch the show, don't watch it. Would I be watching Raw every week if I wasn't doing this show? No. Why are you? The show is not going to change if you keep watching it. You know what I mean? Because people are, your views make it look like, oh, we're doing something right because this guy keeps on viewing in every week. So like,
yeah. It's one of those things, though. You're just going to do it anyway. I think I still probably would fast forward through Raw.
I wouldn't. I've been through those gaps where I used to go every 2 or 3 years and I stopped watching for a year and just never look in on it.
Yeah. Right.
And to me, it's like if I started watching a TV show and I started not liking the TV show, guess what? I'm not going to watch it no more. Right?
But what if it's a TV show that's been on for 30 years and like it used to be good, and every once in a while it shows like it might be good again?
Now, Jim, you're looking at this through rose-colored glasses. Raw was never good from bell to bell. Never. There's not a time in this decade, not a time in our lifetime where Raw has ever been good from bell to bell. Ever. Even Attitude. Go back and watch those Attitude Era shows. There's a lot of shit that you're going to fast forward. A lot. I've tried.
I feel like Raw, you take a fucking Raw from like 98, 99, it's at least an engaging, entertaining 2-hour show. Stuff happens,
Certain things happen. Then you're given, but you look at the wrestling. You were given.
The wrestling sucks.
It was horrible, absolutely dog shit. But everybody looks back at Raw and the Attitude Era was like, "Give me Attitude Era back." It's like, bitch, no, I don't want the Attitude Era back.
Well, that's the difference too. I mean, I wasn't watching it then. I was watching WCW. We're going back now. For pay-per-view take 2, we're doing a Raw, or we're doing a night show from '97. I didn't watch Raw at that time.
Yep, that's a show that I had on VHS, man, and I watched it over and over and over again.
I was watching Nitro, and yes, I could watch Raw, then watch the replay of Nitro, but I didn't even care enough to do that. Like, I was firmly in WCW at that time, so I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, this main event.
I don't mean to rant on fans, but this match is the epitome. Like, okay, this wasn't a good match. I will flat out agree this wasn't a good match. But you're bitching that Brock won, motherfucker. You were bitching that Roman was going to win. What's the other side of this scenario? Are you fucking stupid? Like, what else is going to happen? What else, Jim? What, are we going to get the Invisible Man from Joey Janela's Spring fucking Break? I fucking hope not. I really fucking hope we don't. This is so fucking stupid. The match is horrible, yes, but the finish, no. You can't bitch about the finish. Yes, Brock sucks. I want Brock gone too, guys. But you wanted Roman Reigns to not win. Everybody wanted Roman Reigns to not win. Well, guess what, man? We watched him get his head caved in with a fucking elbow. He bled like a sieve, and he lost. How much more did you want him to give us? Fuck.
I was at the end of it, I was like, I will gladly take my Roman loss, and I'm good to go here.
Yeah, exactly. But no, you got to go on Twitter, and man, I'm telling you, that Suplex City Limits group, I don't like most of the people there. I don't, and I said it to Jarrett. I said, Jarrett, man, you and Jim are the only 2 I likes in this group.
I was thinking about closing it down.
Because, I don't know. It's people you go on there and it's just all trolls. There's not so much trolls, but it's the same opinion on everything. It's like everything sucks.
Yeah, I don't like to be. I don't have to control it and run it and kick people out and what did I have to kick that guy for?
You don't want
to kick the guy because he was basically saying that anybody who didn't think that the McGregor stuff, he's like, complete work. 99% sure it's a work. You're stupid if you don't think it's a work. Then he called So Divine Lance Levine. He called him fucking something stupid, and I'm like, oh my god, I gotta delete this guy. I was thinking about closing it because I don't really go there. I don't really.
I don't think by any means you need to close it. And And by me saying I only like Jim and Jarrett in that group, that's not the truth.
Right.
But with everything you see like when you look at one topic and it's like all this, and it's like, man, there's nobody else commenting. The people I like aren't commenting. Brad, I fucking love Brad to death. Homie, I'll ride you till you die. That sounded really gay, but I didn't mean, unless that's the way you like it. Sure.
I'll ride you until you die.
I'm going to come on you like you've never been come on before.
A soundboard free show. No, I get you there. I mean, the only thing I do complain about in this is like he seriously kicked out of 6 F5s, or was it 5 or 7
6.
or 10? Or...
No, the 6th one is what pinned them.
You know, I could see. I mean, I was like, it's just so absurd, dude. It's like, yeah, they beat him, but they fucking did everything first before they let him, fucking get beat.
Yeah, no, I agree. In the match, I think I read a translation from Tokyo Sports and their review of the match, and they buried the fucking match.
Well, they should. As we said this how long ago, right?
Yeah.
This is going to be, especially once they started trying to make people hate Lesnar. I was like, dude, the crowd is going to revolt against this.
Yeah.
The only thing we weren't right about is we figured it would end with Roman holding the belt and the sea of booze, but people didn't care. They were the whole thing. Like during the match, there was beach balls going around and chants and
this is awful. Chants. Yeah.
Yeah, you both suck.
Yeah,
I actually loved it. Honestly, I loved the end of this. You couldn't ask for me for a better ending. Is just everything splattering up on their face and 80,000 people revolting. Oh, it's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, no, I liked it. I liked it. Now let's suffice this. Now 65,000 people revolting.
Oh, sorry. Okay, yeah.
They somehow managed to fit 3,000 more people in there than they did from the last time they were there? What? That one was sold out too.
Yeah, even though you could buy fucking 5 tickets for like $150.
If you looked on the upper bowl, you could see a bunch of empty seats clustered. It was nowhere near a sellout, but it looked good.
Yeah, it looked all right. So, at the end of the day, it's now Lesnar's re-signed for I don't know how long.
I don't know. He's also going to be. They're doing Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns in a cage at the Greatest Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Now,
and you know what's going to happen there?
Roman's going to win because nobody's going to fucking boo him because they're in Abu Dhabi or whatever the fuck they are, Saudi Arabia.
If they can't do it here, they are going to go to a place where everybody cheers Roman Reigns.
Yep.
And they'll just do it there.
Yep. And hopefully,
I don't know what that's going to do when they come back here for Raw and everyone kills him again.
Yeah, but at least they got that video of everybody cheering Roman Reigns when he won. That's all they want, Jim. That's all they want is that video of everybody cheering him so that they can play that when they go to tell a story years down the road. That's what they're doing. They're waiting for that. Such a
bizarre time in wrestling, isn't it? It's just bizarre. Yeah. The whole Reigns thing is just... And I think it all is just that they know this guy's not talented enough to leave. He's not going to go do anything else. He is going to do anything they tell him to do. Yeah. And that's what they want. They don't like these indie guys like Owens or Bryan. They don't like CM Punk, especially left a bad taste in their mouth. They don't like these guys who have opinions and values and, their own take on things. They just want a guy who they're like, you're going to go out here. You're going to fucking do this. That's it. Boom. Okay.
Yes, Massa.
That's why they like Reigns. It's not that he's, he's got a decent look. He's a handsome guy. All that shit fits into it. But really, it's just he's a homegrown guy. He'll do anything that they say. He's not talented enough to go do anything else. He's not going to be in TV. He's not going to be in movies. He's not going to do anything else.
No.
Because he just doesn't have any real charisma. He's not really good at anything. I mean, he's a fair wrestler. I won't be so far to say that he's a shitty wrestler.
Yeah,
like a lot of people.
I wouldn't say that either.
I think having him go out and do like the same move 52 times per match is stupid. Whatever.
Yeah. Like I enjoy Roman Reigns matches more than I enjoy Miz matches.
I mean, at least Miz does more than 4 moves. I mean, Roman's kind of like the epitome of the 5 moves of doom, isn't he?
He is, but I would rather watch a Roman Reigns match than a Miz match, though.
Like, does he do anything other than a Samoan drop, drive-by, Superman punch, spear?
No.
What other moves does you see him do?
He doesn't. But now I'm going to get a lot of heat for this too. How many moves do you see Stone Cold do? How many moves do you see The Rock do?
Well, that's true.
Right? You know what I mean? But now, what does Stone Cold and The Rock have that Roman Reigns doesn't have?
Exactly. Charisma.
Exactly. So, you know, it's one of those things where Roman Reigns, sure, he's a good-looking dude. Sure, he can work enough to the Allah of The Rock to be able to be a top star, but he doesn't have the charisma. He doesn't have the character to really elevate himself higher. He's not even John Cena worthy of character and charisma. So
no. It's just like, when does it end, dude? When does it fucking end? Never, I guess.
Until Vince dies, I guess. Which, honestly, guys, he's 70-something years old. It ain't going to be too much longer. He's outlived his father by like fucking 15 years.
Yeah, we fucking think that, but he'd be the kind of cocksucker. He's just like, he's so shitty enough he'll live to be fucking 90. You know? He'll never die. I'll fucking die of a fucking overdose or something before he fucking dies.
But now, mind you, too, what's great about all this is once he gets so old, he can't really make so many decisions, and he's got a board of directors that are going to vote him out. So,
I'm surprised they haven't already.
Money's still growing, right? And when you look at these inflated network numbers, they announced they got 2.124 million subscribers for WrestleMania night, 1.8 paid compared to 1.6 last year. So like those numbers look good, right?
Yeah.
But the problem is they were doing like 5 months for like $9.99. Right? Get 5 months for $1 or 5 months for $3. So we'll see later on. So like,
wow.
if they can only get 200,000 extra paid members in a year, that's not very good, in my opinion. Sure, it's growth, but it's growth at pennies.
It's not much.
No.
So it's funny that we were going to do like, oh yeah, we'll just bang on a quick little fucking. This is like a full episode.
This definitely. It's close. It's not 2 hours, but it's pretty goddamn close. Imagine if we had to do this on Saturday, Jim. Fuck.
Well, for me, I was like so glad that we could do something today. It's like, it's all fresh in my mind. I want to talk about it now. Yeah. So it's very cool.
Yeah.
But any other thing else? I guess WWE signed Garza Jr.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Good. I'm excited. I like Garza Jr.
Yeah, I like him too. Ultimo Ninja is also WWE bound, so
I don't know who that guy is actually.
He is the ultimate ninja, I guess. I don't know. I'm not familiar with him either.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough.
That's what they need. They need more luchadors, you know?
Apparently.
They've tapped out all the luchadors they have, so. Well, I think that's fucking it, dude.
I think so. For a Monday, we definitely put a big dent into this. Don't expect this every pay-per-view.
Unless you get the Patreon donations up.
Yeah. You start giving us fucking money, I'll start doing this on every pay-per-view. But until then, main ones maybe.
Yeah. In a perfect world, I wouldn't have as much shit to deal with every day, and we could recap each day in pro wrestling 5 days a week. But you know,
call me Brian Alvarez, motherfucker.
Yeah, cream dream. If I don't have to go to work anymore, I'll podcast about wrestling fucking all day, every day, right?
Yeah, so we need all 30 of you Patreon members fucking donating lots of money, okay?
You like this show? You want to keep going?
Fucking $50 a month, buddy.
Yeah. So I think that'll be fucking it. We'll be back on Saturday for the normal show, where we will recap what should be interesting Raw and SmackDown.
Yes, should be. I won't be able to get to watch. It's going to be all done before I start to watch. But I mean, I'm going to be pretty. I got to stay away from Twitter.
I have stayed away. I've got no fucking spoilers so far. Yeah. I'm very excited.
No, you're going to have to be pretty fucking coyish when you go to post this episode on Twitter.
Ooh, I'll have to stay away. So that'll be it. I think that's it. We'll be back next week. Well, not even next week. Next on Saturday. And yeah, I think that's it. Anything else before we go?
No, I enjoyed WrestleMania as a whole.
Yeah, I mean, closing thoughts, I guess, right? I enjoyed it for the most part. I think it's crazy that there was no blowaway match. No, like, oh, that was a great match.
That was a little disappointing. I thoroughly agree. This is where I differ from you, though. I watched that whole 7 hours, and it didn't feel like 7 hours to me.
Yeah. I mean, there was still always like another match that you were interested in coming up, you know. So
yeah, I agree. They had it well laid out. I will agree with that.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I thought that was a good show. Takeover was great. Supercard of Honor was pretty good.
Everything else was meh.
Impact Lucha was fun. So
yeah, I heard there was a Will Ospreay Matt Riddle match that was fantastic at one of the UK shows. I haven't seen any of them be posted, but so when it shows up, I'd like to see it. But
they also released another. The date for Lucha Underground is coming in June.
Oh yeah, because at that show they had Melissa Santos and Mackenzie Mitchell started off, right?
Started off what?
The Lucha Underground Impact show.
Like started it off. What do you mean, wrestling?
Oh no, like introducing.
Oh, introducing. Yeah, they were switching off. Yeah, I didn't know that. I'm surprised you know that Impact chick's name.
I only because they mentioned it on the show. They mentioned it on that, right? Like and one thing I wanted to mention too, the WrestleCon that I watched. As soon as you press play, you hear one of the commentators say, "I really hope you know about this women match because you're going to have to help me out a lot." So that was
fucking awesome. Well, that's it, man. We thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll be back later on this week. So till then, may you get all the dick and or pussy you desire. Remember, winning is you, and be excellent to each other. See you later.
Baka me!